Hello everybody and welcome to another instructional video from Art Explorium. My name is Ashley and I will be guiding you through today's lesson, and today we'll be focusing on warm and cool color drawings. This is a sample of what a finished product might look like, but we'll go over lots of different options as to how you can personalize this project. For today's project, you will need a couple items. You're going to need a pencil and an eraser, and maybe a sharpener if you need one for colored pencils. There is an option to use a Sharpie or another type of black marker. To color and shade your drawings today, you're going to need either colored pencils, markers, or crayons. Use what you have at home and you can make it work. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to showing you how to do this project. So first I want to start off by talking about the color wheel. The color wheel is how we can learn a lot about how different colors are connected and how they work together. Today we're focusing on the warm and cool colors. So I wonder if you can guess which colors are warm and cool. The warm colors kind of remind me of fire and are very energetic in the color wheel. The cool colors kind of remind me of nature and are very calming. You might have guessed, but yes, the warm colors are red, orange, and yellow. So this is kind of the line that divides them. So here are the warm colors, from this part of the color wheel to this part. And yes, the cool colors are green, blue, and purple. As I mentioned earlier, the warm colors are thought of as the very energetic, high energy colors of the color wheel, versus the cool colors, which are more calming and remind people of nature. I look forward to showing you how to use these colors as part of our project. If you want to remember the example I showed earlier, this is my project I worked on before. I didn't use all of the cool colors in this picture, but I did use all of the warm colors. The warm colors are used to create a sunset, which contrasts nicely from the green, calming hills. Okay, so now we're going to start our drawing. I wanted to just review that the warm and cool colors that I showed you on the color wheel are just some of the colors you might see when you look at your own colored pencil or crayon or marker set. There's a lot of colors when you blend these colors together, so you might have something that looks more like this. Usually what we want to remember is anything that looks like a pinkish color through yellow is warm, and anything from yellow-green through anything purple is cool. So I set it up so you would be able to see it that way. Now you might be wondering about colors like brown, white, gray, or even black. I don't have a black colored pencil here, but here's a black pen. These are neutrals, or colors that are made not so much from, well, white isn't really made from any colors, but browns, grays, and blacks are made through combining multiple colors together to get what we call the neutral colors. And we'll learn about that at a different time. But for now, we want to focus on the brighter colors that you can see here. In this drawing, I am going to be focusing on drawing a sunset, but you can draw anything you want. Some people like to draw waves, trees, something from nature. That's usually fun. Flowers, or even maybe animals, things like that. And it doesn't have to be realistically colored. You're more just exploring your knowledge of the color wheel for this project. So for my project, I'm going to draw kind of a water line all the way across. And I want to draw my sun, which is setting. I can freehand a circle, which is totally fine, but if you want to try a template, you can use like a recycled bottle cap to get a circle. Use what you have at home. Just be resourceful with what you already have available. So now I have a sun and some water, and then I might make some ripples that would look like my sun being reflected. Alrighty, so if you want to, this is where the optional pen comes into play. You can go ahead and go around your pencil drawing if you want to have it in more of a contrasty pen. The black outline really makes it really bold. Alrighty, so now we're going to start to shade. I'm going to use yellow in the sun, so I'm going to shade this up. Don't be afraid to try blending multiple colors together if you're using crayons or color pencils, or even markers too. And don't worry if you go over your lines, you can always touch them up at the end. So I'm shading that. And then I'm going to use a different, more golden yellow for the outer edge of my sun. Kind of play with the shading there. Through layering, we can mix and blend different colors from our color pencil or crayon sets. Then after that, I'm going to start to make my blend. So to blend, I'm going to start with orange at the top. And I'm going to go kind of lightly to where I want the orange to kind of end. Then I'm going to change to a darker orange or a more reddish orange. And I'll also go kind of lightly, because you can always shade darker, but if you press too hard with your pencil, and that's from really pushing the pencil into the paper, it can be hard to blend the colors once you've pressed really hard with your color pencils or crayons. The next color I'll use is red. Just a little bit of that bright red in there. And again, I'm kind of layering back on the color I just did and moving on so I can get some of just that color alone. So I'm layering on my orange and going down a little bit. And lastly, pink. So I'll go down all the way to the water's edge. Now, I'm going to use a little bit of warm color inside my water as part of my reflection of the sun. So I'm going to put in some yellow in these shapes that I made, because I want it to kind of look like the sun is being reflected on the water surface. But that's up to you as far as what you want to do. Next, I will start to play with different shades of blue. So I will grab some blue and I will start to shade above. Now here I don't want to have just lines of different colors, so I'm going to just kind of shade with the blue in a lot of different places. And then I might switch my pencil, grab a different blue, and kind of shade again. So I have lots of different shades happening. And the water has lots of different tones of blue. And I might do an even darker blue in some places, or a more teal blue. And then I'm just going to keep layering and kind of combining and putting the blues in different places until I fill all my water. Thank you for joining us for today's project, Warm and Cool Colored Drawings. We look forward to welcoming you into the studio once it's safe to do so. But in the meantime, you can find Art Explorium on Instagram and Facebook.